Hi there. Okay, well, I bet I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what toy has Prof got his hands on now? Well, this one's called a Kasina, and this has to do with brain entrainment technology. Using binaural beats, or this one also has some isochronic tones, but binaural beats playing different sounds in the right and left ear means that you're able to create a frequency based on the differential in your brain. So, for example, if the difference is 8 cycles per second, then you get an alpha effect in your brain, and your brain is entrained to alpha. You can do it with theta, you can even do it with beta. But even more powerfully than just creating a certain frequency is the fact that both the right and left halves of the brain are entrained to do the same thing. Now that's unusual, that doesn't happen much in nature. In fact, it's probably quite rare, but it's something that we can do with technology, and that's coherence. Very powerful, and in fact that's what happens. These states are seen to be extremely beneficial for, creativity, mind empowerment. They're energizing. They can do lots of good health things like reduce blood pressure and all kinds of favorable physiological changes. They're good for learning, good for memory. Great stuff. Now this particular system called a Casino, it's from Mind Place, and it's got beautiful build quality. It arrives beautifully boxed. The unboxing experience is great too. And I think it's probably the best device on the market in terms of build quality and also what's inside. There's a lot of goodies inside, okay? There's folder after folder in here. They have, for example, a wake-up folder that's full of tracks that will energize you in the morning. Listen, it's better than 2 or 3 doses of caffeinated coffee. It'll really set you alert and sparkle you without having to have toxic caffeine. So, that's a great thing. They have meditation folder full of nice, relaxing, soothing, transformational tracks. They have something called Mind Art, and that's my favorite. I absolutely love it. It's full of wild sounds and wild lights effects. My favorite is one called Paternity. That's with a double T, so not paternity meaning who's the father, but paternity, probably based on the word pattern. Every time I switch that on, instantly I leap out of my body. So, if you want an out-of-body experience, a guy called Robert Monroe pioneered this using binaural beats to have astral travel and out-of-body experiences. Well, I can tell you, it really does work. They have going to sleep folder, that will relax you, calm you down at night, put you down into low theta, even delta. And it's almost impossible to stay awake with these things, actually. They're really powerful. They have a folder for rejuvenation and repair and recovery. If you're towards the end of the afternoon, you're tired, you're worn, you've had a heavy day, you're fatigued, just put a track on and boom, it's just like waking up again first thing in the morning. And then they have a magical one, it's called trance, and it's hypnagogy. It's that sort of magical state between sleep and waking. Very powerful, by the way. That's recommended for use in super learning, Georgi Lozanov's technology, suggestopedy, suggestology. This was sensational stuff. You could learn several hundred new foreign language words in a day using suggestology. Well, that's in there too. But it doesn't just stop there. You can add your own tracks, for example. You can add your own playlist if you want. You can add tracks by me. I've done some good tracks of this sort with music and guided imagery added as well. One of the most famous, I suppose, is Tour of the Universe. A lot of people like that. Some people, I know, can't even get to the end of it. They just fall asleep. There's one called Journey to Avalon, which, as you can guess, is very mystical. But you can actually create your own. There's a folder in here full of software where you can create your own tracks. And you can also go to the Mind Place website and download managing software where you can create tracks and edit tracks and so on. Altogether a fantastic package, and as I say, pretty good value too. This is, it's less expensive than some of the sort of tiny ones that you can get, and considering the build quality and the absolute feast of goodies that you get in there, I would say it's probably the best value on the market. One nice point is that you're not actually tied to tracks from the vendor. You don't have to go to Mind Place and buy tracks from them. Some of the outfits I know do that. You can only get tracks on their system that they own, and you have to pay them, of course, to download the tracks. None of that disadvantage here. Terrific system, I love it. I highly recommend it. I haven't time to go into all the things that brain entrainment does, but I'll publish on this page a list of some of the great things it does. It's certainly tremendous health value. It's one of those things honestly, I think everybody should have one of these. It's really great. You should get into the habit of mind entrainment. If you're feeling a bit down and a bit mopey, then you put on some lively tracks and boom, it wakes you up, just like getting out of bed first thing in the morning, just as if you'd woken up again. All nice and alert. If you're tired and you want to go to sleep, it'll put you to sleep. If you're stressed and overworked and you're in a sort of kind of mood, it'll calm you down, take you into nice alpha. Personally, I love theta. That's the sort of transformative meditational state. And there's science showing that these things can create the same brain effects, the same mind magic, the same sort of personalization, the viewpoint that you get from 30 years of learning meditation. Well, who's got 30 years these days? But listen, in 7 or 8 minutes, less than 10 minutes, these things can create exactly the same mind state as if you'd been to meditation for decades. Highly recommended. I think you should get one. Everyone should have one. Okay, I'm going back inside. Thanks for watching.